there's nothing going on. I have prepared a stream breaking down how dog shit Osa is. We will do it this week. Guaranteed. On some day when there's nothing else going on. Probably Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Probably Friday. Poor Osa. Listen, I'm begging for a buff. Alright? I don't hate Osa. I just speak the facts. And it's on Ubisoft to buff this dog shit operator. I ain't got a job for most of the time watching you. Fair enough, JL. Goku, come to the stream this weekend. But I called OCE shit for a second. OCE is also relatively dog shit. OCE ain't great either. Let's be honest with ourselves for a second here. OCE's not bad. Some exciting updates for Element 3 that we should go over before the broadcast starts. Sonics are playing with a sub today. Rexon is not playing. Super is. WildCard. WildCard have snaked Spiff off of Karn & Co. Vertical has been not officially dropped. Meepy tweeted about it. Update on our wildcard roster for the remainders of Element 3. Spiff will be taking place of Vert on a trial basis. Not permanent. No further details. Okay, so it sounds like Vert is gone. And Spiff is being trialed in his place. There was also a Drip Boolin tweet a couple days ago about Vert being dropped off wildcard. I do not know who Karn are playing with instead. Maybe they got Vert. I don't know. I also don't know who's playing for Upper Decky today, but we'll find out soon. Okay. Upper Decky still has Kino, and they still have, wait, now Spirits is playing? What? Why is Spirits playing now, bro? Every day, Upper Decky just, like, grab a pro player and insert them into their lineup. What is this? That shit's insane. E3 should make a last-minute change and bring in Lair for Oregon. So, I've known about this, about the Oregon for Lair change for a while now. I teased it to you guys a week ago. I told you there was some hype news that I got. I think it's very exciting. But it was specifically put in, after, it was specifically made to go in after the summer off season. Not hype, very hype. All right. I think it's super hype. I think Oregon fucking sucks. I think it's the worst map to watch. Maybe Cafe is also very bad to watch. But I think Oregon is probably worse. They're both bad. And Lair, do I think it's a great map? No, but I also think it's really hard to tell if a map is good or not before it gets played in competitive. And I think a map just existing in competitive not instantly, but like guaranteed elevates the meta on that map far beyond what ranked players will ever do, and introduces new strategies that actually get utilized in ranked. Can I talk about this Siege 2 leak? There was a leak on Siege 2 as well. I don't know what you want me to say on it. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it would be good. Not enough info. Why couldn't they wait until after Esports World Cup? They are. The change goes into effect for Stage 2. Esports World Cup is not Stage 2. Esports World Cup is between Stages 1 and 2. It's not actually Siege 2. It's a whole new game based around Rayman Legends. Oh, that makes more sense. Guys, they're scrapping Siege. We're becoming a Rayman Legends community now. Yeah, they just wanted people to know about the change ahead of time. Again, I heard about it last week. Lair coming in, and I was super happy about it. You said we get an 11 or 12 map pool. There was an interesting tweet, actually, that came out from coach of M80 Bodega. And it's rare that Bodega has interesting... That's not fair. That's not fair to say. I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. New map is always Pog, but it's really unfortunate we didn't get to see a reduction into our map pool, which would increase the level of play and consistency by a lot. I think people broadly were very happy about an increase in the size of the map pool, but I think he's got a point. I think he genuinely has a good point here. That right now, I mean, like, just look at the Manchester Grand Finals, right? The Manchester Major Grand Finals, both teams started by banning a map. Obviously, that's how a best of 5 works. And then Skyscraper was a map that BDS just could not play anywhere near the level of Beast Coast. And Consulate was a map that Beast Coast just could not play anywhere near the level of BDS. So, realistically, it basically was a BO3. Because, like, the best teams in the world, as of the most recent best of 5, their first pick in the best of 5 were straight up lopsided, boring-ass maps to watch. Lair is in. You can say Bodega's lazy, M80 can't play 9 maps, whatever. But the best teams in the world don't play 9 maps. In fact, they don't even play... Okay, they do play them, but they don't play them at the same level as the other best teams in the world. I'm not convinced it's a big enough problem that we need to reduce the map pool. I'll let people smarter than me debate that. But if we had a smaller map pool, I think the level of play, say of a best of 5 grand finals, and consistency would both get better across the board. Food for thought. I'm not trying to convince you, to be honest. I just think it's an interesting point. I think he does have... I don't think it's a bad take.
Already, we have a very interesting ban.
Realistically, only affects BO5s.
I'm honestly crying in my seat right now. My favorite operator, Grim, is now gone. But in the context of this matchup, it makes a lot of sense.
Fair, but best of 5s are the most important games that get played.
By Upper Decky and teams in general when it comes to Clubhouse, because
it's a very old take in Brazil. Lagonis and Igor both have talked about that. Yeah.
In uncomfortable spots. So that's just one less annoying operator you're going to have to deal with. The same thing applies to
more maps will always be better. I do think more maps for variety's sake for viewers is huge. I do think that's a big deal, and I think that that is very positive.
We've seen where you can be fully extended with your pistol behind you. It's become kind of a nightmare, honestly, in most maps, Harrison.
Oh, yeah. Monty...
So I think there's points on both sides. I don't really have a take. I think it's an interesting conversation, though.
Is now in a different class. A class of his own. It's incredible. Watching, like...
You've been cooking on Lair, and you think Bunks is the best site, personally. I need to run around that map and, like, learn the layout now. I have, to this day, never really put in any effort to learn Lair.
information going on that breach. I don't know. I feel
Which
like
is maybe my fault.
really
Maybe
weren't
that's a
fan of
me
lot of
problem.
maps,
But
very
this is
hard
a good
to
reason
concentrate
to finally
if they
do
think
it.
that Upper Decky are going to kind of fall back on that really easy to use utility.
All right, channel
rather
point
than
prediction,
trying to
real
take
quick
side
here,
and
chat.
trick or
Who wins the map?
It does make sense. And round one, Upper Decky are looking to
Will
pull
it be
out
Upper
a bit of a
Decky?
pocket strat. Blitz and Glaz being hovered.
In regulation,
Very possibly change while
Upper
Wildcard is going
Decky
for a roam.
in
Solus,
OT?
Lesion, Mute, all the necessary pieces
Wildcard
to
in
help hold
OT?
down on site, prevent any
Or
sort of
Wildcard
rush
in
or
regulation?
allow the defenders time to rotate back. Be a zombie,
In theory,
maybe
there's no
either
universe
roam
Wildcard should
or
lose.
offsite position
They are
more
playing against a good
powerful.
team. And
This is a good
Spirits
lineup.
has his
Wildcard
blitz.
and Upper Decky are looking to
Spirits
just
has his
completely
blitz.
circumvent.
Based off where the Glaz is spawning, maybe it'll be some sort of dirt rush with the help
Bouncing
of
the map
Blitz
pool around the
pushing
literal
back, so
only
that's
BO5
kind
on a
of
stage.
that's a
Good
bit of
point.
a challenge to
Good
deal
point.
with. Those toxic babes can deal a lot of damage and create space for Wildcard to readjust to such a hectic play. Got that long cutoff angle potential with the sniper rifle as well. So it'll be interesting to see if
I
this
wouldn't
pocket
mind a
strat
9-map
actually
map pool.
works out,
Every
or if
stage,
Wildcard are
one
able to
map gets
readjust
swapped
in
out.
time in case things get really hectic early on. But regardless of that pocket,
I think that
strat,
would be
still
interesting.
Have really common operators such as the Ram and Habana in use, getting these hatches opened up and providing a lot of vertical angles to make it more challenging for Wildcard to move down below.
So maybe not a rush then.
Melted is gone. Spirits is in. So you're trading 1 Canadian for another. I was gonna say 1 French Canadian for the other for another. I don't think Melted is French Canadian. Right?
Onto the site first, and then push their blitz through bunker and catch.
I don't think he is.
And I'm wondering if we're going to see a similar thing for Wild.
Don't know where he's from.
Seems like the Blitz and Glaz have maybe just now moved inside of the building from that dirt direction. A little more info being gathered by Aberdeki, making sure no one's on that flank.
Melted is Canadian-American. He's both.
All
Alright, we're fucking in, by the way. Usually clubhouse basements go a little slow here, but they just dropped the fucking kitchen hatch and then didn't cover main stairs, so Spiff is in and he's fragging. I just realized it's a Glaz blitz rush. That makes a lot of sense. I don't actually know if they dropped the hatch. They might have come in through dirt/blue. Most likely did. Winnable for Rampy. Especially because you can wallbang the defuse kit. Now we can't. Yeah, it's tough.
Just behind the wall, but the attack has the info. Dexter finishes him off, and Upper Decky take round one.
Nighthaven Labs was added Stage 2 2023, and it was played as the last map of the SI 2024 Grand Finals.
Get enough map control for some vertical. Have the hatch open by kitchen to force people a little bit further back away from Arsenal, moving them towards AKs where your Glaz and Blitz have a better chance.
I don't think it's a problem of like pro teams failing to learn new maps, although that certainly is like a factor, at least at the start. I think it's more a problem of like pro teams only have so much time to dedicate to mastering a certain number of maps. I don't know.
Yeah, with the new 3-3
Spirits off doing side quests.
System, losing one of your defenses like that is not as damning as.
You think Lair is going to be rough, Mossy? The biggest complaint I've heard about Lair is that there's a lot of just useless rooms. It's got very much like Villa basement syndrome, except not on the basement, on everything. On every floor.
WildCard swap onto Cash, and they bring a Mira, who I would say out of the 3 primary sites that we see on Clubhouse, this is definitely the rarest.
I think honestly, this is a losable game for Wildcard for 3 reasons. Number 1, Wildcard are not the best pro team in North America. Just straight up.
As I was saying, if you've
and they're up against very good players. Those combined are 0.1. Reason number 2, they're playing with a brand new player. They're trialing Spiff for the first time in an official game tonight, right? So this is literally the first time Spiff is playing with them outside of scrims. And reason number 3, they're playing Clubhouse. A map that like is very default. Every pro player knows how to play Clubhouse. This map doesn't vary too much from team to team. Sure, maybe some teams say would prefer to push construction, some teams prefer to push rafters, but like every pro player should know the different options and should know broadly how to do them. Exothermic charge opens here, nothing Rampy can do about that.
Get rid of the Selma, which is a lot less valuable than that big old hole.
Who's observing this game?
Exothermic charge now. WildCard have forfeited the wall. Upper Decky have completed step number 1.
Whichever observer is working this game is on my shit list for using the minimal HUD and not showing KDs.
Not have a Wamai to stop this.
Be really reliant on Spiker staying alive with those dock stims by either avoiding the Capitao succeeding bolts or just simply overhealing himself to where it doesn't deal enough damage to kill him. The rest of Upper Decky, however,
Upper Decky don't have Foxay, they don't have Hyper.
Potentially getting some pressure.
But Upper Decky haven't had Foxay or Hyper for a few weeks now. I think those players are like on a permanent vacation or just like miles away. I've been saying this over and over again. I don't like this Raptors hold without a fucking Wamai. Because you just flash him and he dies exactly like that. This is the fucking push that I've been ranting about for, not weeks, but like a good week or two now. Week and a half maybe. A lot of pro teams have substituted the Wamai playing Raptors for a Doc. Because Capitao with Firebolts is so prevalent. And I just think it's so bad. Because anybody who sees you don't have a Wamai and sees that you have a Doc is just going to flash you and kill you. If you want to run a Wamai and a Doc, I'm here for that. I think that can be good, that can work. It's not going to matter. The defense is still winning this. But I'm a big hater of this hold.
Benjamin Money, he's got one on Kansan, 2 left. With 25 seconds to go, but look at WildCard. They're backing off downstairs.
Interesting plant spot. They don't have intel? Oh, they do.
Exactly where the plant is.
How do they have intel on that?
Play by Bosco on the red stairs, keeping those players at bay, finishing the round with the help of Rampy.
I don't think they had any BPs, did they?
Great job by Rampy as well, acknowledging.
They might have just like heard where he went
on the first floor. As it was a great job by Upper Decky.
Warden Raptors.
As they did,
fuck, maybe that's the next step.
Allowed that C4 to kill the plant.
Thoughts on Auction dropping out of Element 3 without qualifying for anything? I mean, it sucks, but like, they probably just want some time off. Is what it is.
And allowing it to be a 1 1/2 rather than Upper Decky stealing 2 potential valuable rounds this game.
Yeah, so Packer, I get this, right? The idea of the Doc is that you want to survive Capitao bolts.
So, yeah.
But, like, I've never seen a good actual execution of this hold. Because it always just gets flashed and cleared.
Absolutely.
Yes, in theory, you've got someone in sight holding somebody just walking you up like that. Or walking up the stairs like that. But again, like, it's easy for the attackers to cause chaos in the sight. And, like, all it takes is a split second of somebody in sight not watching for that, and you're just dead.
Upper Decky, you know, they know same trick's not going to work twice.
I don't mind it if you run Wamai and Doc, because that deals with both. You have a higher survival chance with that than Wamai. Run both.
Mostly going to revolve around.
I don't know. They both have their downsides, I guess. People usually just shoot the Wamais. Yeah, but I feel like if you put the Wamais actually up on the rafters, you can move around and dodge the firebolts. I mean, it's also hard, right? There's no foolproof way to hold that. There's no 100% guaranteed. But from my experience watching these games, I just find that the solo Doc has been so unsuccessful.
Dexter's already gone. That's your key
in practice
player to find one of those early opening kills, and it's on the new edition of WildCard that finds that opener. So good progress so far in round number 3 for the defensive side, but all the main utility-focused operators are still alive and kicking, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it wasn't with his gun, but I mean, that's what they hired Spiff to do.
Anyways, back to basement. Dexter down for opening pick.
Now, it's just the Ash. While it is a great player, in terms of utility, it's not the end of the world. Upper Decky still have plenty.
Yeah, this is okay for Upper Decky.
Losing the Ash really means nothing. It's just a player you
Thatcher is huge against Kaid and Bandit.
And you've still got the crux.
You got Habana. You literally have all the basics. I really like this operator lineup from Upper Decky. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing gimmicky. It's nothing special. You just literally brought the 5 basic operators. Now, like, if your Thatcher had died early or something, you'd be feeling kind of sad. But, I mean, you cleared the map. You entered with Ash. You lost it. That's an acceptable loss.
Well over a year ago at this point, but in terms of time management for this round, Upper Decky still have.
They do have the Ying, but I don't consider the Ying to be, like, that gimmicky or crazy. Like, the Ying isn't that. I don't know.
In terms of floorboards,
the Ying is just your execute operator, right? It's just your operator to help you with the execute.
Explosive utility to deal with that K-Claw. They'll have to use the final EMP to have it off the board. Hopefully no impact grenades.
When
or
I say there's no,
Vectors
like,
pop out at just the right
gimmicky
time, and it seems like no one
stuff,
on
I'm talking
Wildcard
like there's
wants to
no
deal with that
fucking
verticality.
Osa, there's no
Patch
Blitz,
will be
there's
able to
no
allowing new avenues of
Sens,
pressure
there's
for
no
Vector.
Capital. I mean,
Most
like, even
importantly,
Capital is more
Dream
just like an execute
still
off. That'd been fine.
has
And, like, those
Excaliburs to
operators are
use
fine, too. Like, there's
elsewhere. Now,
strats
doesn't
that can
look
work
like
with
he's gonna
that.
use on the blue hatch,
But I
but
can
really
respect
there
just a
to
pure
push out
fucking...
EMPs.
Every operator is from, like, year 1 or year 2. We're just going to push the basics, and we're going to open hatches, we're going to flash into sight, and we're going to execute. I respect that.
And here comes those Candels. You were right. They're coming in through blue, through secret, stock side. Spiff with another kill before he gets traded out, and Spirits gets caught mid-Candela throw with it stuck in his hand. The Asami.
Well, maybe that's why people don't do that.
Spiker. Benji Mula thought he had him dead to rights, but the young gunner reacts in time.
Tough
leaving
one.
Kino in a 1v4, and he can't even get one.
You're still devastated. Cloud9 Beast Coast coach Nix isn't playing the stage. Me too, man. Me too. Maybe he'll qualify next time.
Accordingly, isolating the Ying before the Candelas could be a real problem with the help of those one-line magnets, making sure no one drops down the kitchen hatch and pretty much just forced a funnel down the main hallway. And come to think of it, the only other thing that could have alleviated that pressure from the K-Claws...
Yeah, that Ying play was pretty bad.
For at least kitchen. If we had Dexter alive, that could have been an extra EMP used to open
I think it's a good idea in theory. I think maybe you swap with the Ying for like a Grim, and you hit blue there with the Grim instead. Maybe that push goes a bit better for you.
It's just a minute factor that either could have made a big difference or wouldn't have mattered in the long run. But
they also just weren't really winning their fights there too, though.
On their attacking half, they'll deal with upper deckies. Defense for the basement, which is fairly utility focused, introducing both the Azami and a Goyo, which we haven't seen Goyo just yet.
Goku, your points might be in trouble. You did predict against the Pro League team. How much did you bet?
Old habits die hard, Harrison. I'm so sorry.
Get with the program, man.
Not as much as Misa. Misa should be really sweating when it comes to channel points. They gambled 17K almost on upper decky regulation win. That was bold.
All right.
That was a bold bet. I don't know about that one.
Upstairs with this roam.
Also, don't forget, with Element 3, we have side swaps every 3 rounds. So now upper decky moved from the attack to the defense. It still catches me off guard, man. Still catches me off guard.
Heavily, they decide to push him. They've also got a very, very, almost overly standard lineup, I want to say. The Spirit's also going to aid Kino in this roam. I mean, usually put all
Upper decky going to turn it around.
He can do whatever he wants.
We'll see. I mean, ultimately they got one attack. They got one attack in their first quarter. That's huge. That's not a grab. All right. Yeah, I mean, you're happy for Spiff. It's not that bad for upper decky though. I was gonna say that's a pretty bad start for upper decky. Once I saw them lose Kino, but they at least got the trade. Kino's util isn't that crazy important. You lost your C4. It's whatever.
And setting up for the execute.
And there's more roamers that they do not know about. Oh, Spirits gets at least one here.
Spirit still lingers by Logi. That's a quick
poor droning on wildcard. Like, you just should have been able to check for that.
Being a constant threat against wildcard. I thought maybe would have seen Dexter try to join him up above, but
wildcard are clearly going for a very like fast roam clear strategy. I mean, Spiff was in so early it caught Kino off guard. I would have liked them slowing it down a little bit. I think they probably could have cleared out Spirits without losing Rampy, but
I mean,
that's like most of their soft breach gone. They should still have breaching charges on Spiker.
Is not great, but you still got your really important ops, right? You got all your hard breach left. You got all your EMPs left. You can still go and open those hatches.
We'll see. This round could go either way still.
Ace open that church wall. Wildcard though are going to need to start to get.
I think upper.
Set up any of that hard breach just yet. Minute 15 left on the clock. Rotates being established.
Upper decky are happy, I think, being in a 3v3 here, but I think wildcard are happy with how fast they cleared those top couple floors and how fast they can move to like looking on this basement and starting to open shit up.
One EMP left. Hopefully they can deal with that mirror window.
Oh, they also had breaching charges on Thatcher. Okay. All right, so all 6 of their breaches that they still had got used.
Now cleared, making it much easier to deal with this threat of church and try
flashes
to get
now.
3v3.
Verticality.
They don't get anything off 2 of their flashes. They only have 1 more flash. It just got used. I don't know if it hit anybody. I don't think it did. Dexter rotated to the top floor, though. Dexter is the only person right now top floor. Dexter could be a huge problem.
Try and get this plant down. No one manning the mirror window. He sees the barrel behind box 2. Bosco taking some damage in a gunfight, but Dream loses out. Now a 2v1, and Bosco has made his way into B site as Dexter attempted a wraparound, but unsuccessful. Plant now being completed, halfway done. Dexter's
Ah,
stuck in the rotate.
no.
The prone gives a sound
Not
to
the
Bosco.
rotate, bro. Did he have
Free fire
impacts
from the
there?
Thermite will end it, and WildCard go up.
Can I
3-1.
check? Hold on. Let me try something. Did he have impacts? No, he had Barb.
1 EMP left. Hopefully they can deal with that mirror window.
Tough that he had Barb
So
there.
that Benji still a nitro cell in his pocket. There's that final EMP pop down. Selma's going to boot as well. It seems like this power position now cleared, making it much easier to out the top floor so quickly that it didn't matter that they lost their buckets.
What's up,
They
One?
had plenty of more options to prepare.
One, I have not opened your document in a while. I won't lie to you. I haven't been we haven't done any streams other than just watching Element in a long time. It is still on my list of things to do. I still plan on checking it, although I know it's been a while. I still appreciate the work you do. If Super gets an ace today, you get a Twitter follow. If Super doesn't, you'll give 10 on Friday. Heyday. Do you accept? Justin, I do. Justin, I do accept your bet, but I have a condition that you should know about before we engage in this bet. If Super does not get an ace, and you do not follow through with your gamble of gifting 10, you will be banned for a month. Just so you know. Just so you know.
Difference I feel though between Upper Decky's defense and WildCard is that instead of a dock, Upper Decky are going to be
As long as you follow through on your side of the bet, you won't be banned no matter what. Camhawk, you can't dibs this up.
That's going to go his way. Actually, there's no flashbangs at all. In fact, so they're going to have to burn those discs with, I guess, the smokes from Capital, maybe the nades or the breaching rounds from Ash.
But no, Super will be playing, I think, after this game, right? I think he plays game 2. You sure you want to go with Super getting an ace? That just...
No, this is food. This is beans. Someone put beans inside the computer.
Tardis! Thank you for your 20 months. Appreciate it, bro. Hope you're doing well. You missed the old VOD reviews. We can do some VOD reviews one day. Never say never. All right, if you're confident, Justin, if you're confident. They do play against Aimkey's team, which probably is the worst team in the tournament still. I hate to say it, but like objectively, they got the pity invite. No hate to Aimkey. I think Rexton is just like not available. I don't think he's dropped or anything.
Like I said, the Wamai and the Azami are cornered here in Rafters, but with B Money literally being
so you see, Benji Mula, I hate this Wamai only play. I really wish teams would just run Doc on this bomb site, because Benji Mula was playing the Wamai inside of Rafters, and instead of playing on the Doc so he could sieve himself through the fire, he played on the Wamai, which meant he just burned to death from the Capital bolts. I really hate this push. I've been on this. I've been saying, guys, run the Doc on this bomb site, because if you don't, you're just going to get constantly killed by that Capital fire. This is a clear, obvious mistake that I talk about all the time. I've been on this. Holy shit, Spirits is nuts.
And Spikers left alone outside the building in a 1v4.
That's very funny that immediately they take my advice. They don't run the Doc, they run the Wamai, and they get hard countered by the fucking Capital. God damn it. Maybe the result here is just don't play this site. Don't play Doc, don't play Wamai, just go play Gym Bedroom. And if you have to, bar stage, bro. If you have to, play bar stage. I don't know what else to say.
And the response from Upper Decky, instead of just allowing Spirits to die in
don't play Clubhouse. Okay, now we're starting to cook.
Someone to help them out, that being Dream. That way they don't give up Barrage and most likely allow for a plant to go down, because they only had that one nitro cell left available to them to stop a default plant since there was no smoke on the board or any other outside utility.
Yeah, they knew that man advantage.
That said, both teams have successfully defended CCTV cash. Even if Rafters is hell and a bad time in general.
1 point lead, Upper Decky. I think the most important thing here for them is they stop the streak.
It's still like a make or break type of position. And if you're nuts and you're playing Rafters, you can still absolutely just like win your team the round simply by applying there.
We didn't
And if you die, as often the Raptors player will, you've still got a decent like site that you can defend inside inside the bomb site. You can still deny plants from sight or from below, etc., etc.
Really go anywhere. Typically is going to be in Logi. We've got plenty of utility to help support this cash side.
Thoughts on replacing Oregon with Lair? We talked about the start of the stream, but very happy with it. Fuck Oregon. Oregon's very boring. Remove the stairs on rafters and re-add the ladder.
There is one on the CCTV wall, and potentially a rotate later on.
That would be a choice.
Get rid of the mirror windows as well. Plenty of different options here for Wild. I'm surprised there's no Ying, since she's been used a lot more to clear out cache extension, which is oh so common.
Next upper decky sub is Gunner for Dream.
EMPs brought out by Kansan could deal with that threat. A much faster route.
Many have said that Gunner really takes after Dream's playstyle. Many people have said that Gunner is simply like a Dream 2.0. So the swap does make sense. People often talk about, there's many discussions about how similar Dream and Gunner's they are as players. So I agree. No, this is a good choice.
There it is. Okay, so it did allow the
There's also just apparently like no rules at all as to how many subs Upper Decky can have and where they can pull subs from. Major champion? Sure. Pro League player? Sure.
Engagement up against the castle now and wins it against Dexter. A one-man advantage here for WildCard.
I think Spiff's having a pretty good showing for his first ever official game with WildCard. Like, he's doing his job. He's playing entry on Ashe. I mean, he's doing what you expect him to do, and he's putting up a standard KD, 5-5. I got no complaints from Spiff so far. I don't think he's done anything that looks like stupid. He's been very fast. I mean, he's very traditional. I am playing Ashe. I am playing entry, you know? He's very pigeonholed in what he's been doing, but I mean, if that's what WildCard want, that's not a bad thing.
Now having outside pressure from Highway and not just top red.
Hopefully the info game is on point for WildCard despite all these mute jams.
You know, the mix-ups with him maybe playing other positions depending on the bomb site or playing other operators depending on the bomb site, that'll all come with time. I think right now they're just trying to get the basics out of him, and I think he's doing the basics well.
There's a player on the rafters just behind it, but thinks better of it. As he decides to rotate back, Spiker catches him. A 5v2 now.
This bomb site's really hard to recover if you get shit on that hard with your cache extension. You kind of need to, like, go even on your cache extension. Or at least, like, only go down by -1. Going down by -2 just makes this hold really, really tough. Unless Dream? Unless Dream and Benji Mula?
This time the plant has been
Nah.
going down and the round is now over as Spiff and Spiker pop up for
Does that include him swinging with the deagle?
We're
Well,
back to a 2-round lead for WildCard.
let him cook.
Complicating things as well, keeping things straightforward and just consistent.
Going even in cache situations, call that ban for ban. Yes, sir.
Plenty of util to break the Kibas to get the plat wall opened up. I almost thought they'd have a guy play down below.
They play the same ops too, like Thermite. That's what I've been saying.
The Azami for a moment even got back to the cache, but still having that opening kill on a Dexter and isolating Spirits once again allowed for a 5 versus 3. And WildCard just hit the brakes. They figured we already have a 2-man advantage. Let's get some more map control.
I would like to see metal bars in a curve surrounding the ladder, similar to like on a tall structure IRL. So now if you want to shoot somebody going up the ladder, you got to deal with the bars. I don't think that would change a whole lot. I won't lie.
And the rotate and Logi put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I think Kino really overstayed.
What's up, 62?
By the time he rotated, the attackers were all set up for that.
Do I have an opinion between the halftime splits and the quarter formats? I am not a fan of the quarter formats. I think it is... I don't think it really solves a real problem. A lot of players I've heard do like it because it, you know, just keeps things fresh. It keeps it interesting. And it means the halftime score is... I don't think it's the biggest deal. If it does stick for, like, next year or something, I would be fine with it. But, like, I just don't like, you know, watching a team defend a bomb site in round 9 and having to think back to, like, round 2 or round 3 and just be like, wait a second, what did they do last time they were here? I think that is... I think it just makes the game more difficult to follow as a viewer. And I don't think the problem it's trying to solve is like that big of a deal.
Turning the tides because someone just walks in and kills people. Dream highlighted it, right? That was Dexter's specialty. He would, out of nowhere, like walk in and 3 people are dead. Upper Decky need to have that energy back and need to be throwing wrenches into WildCard's plans instead of playing the kind of standard siege that it seems like Upper Decky are trying to play.
Whereas 1 KD and it's 215 is crazy how many people are negative.
CCTV side on the map still an emphasis.
A lot of people are even, Justin. There's a good chunk of people that are just like dead in the middle. What games have you missed? Nothing today, Spy. This is game 1 of the day. We're watching 5 BO1s today.
Some sort of heavy roam, so maybe WildCard are hoping to waste as much time as humanly possible.
4 round quarters. Can't repeat sites 1st to 9. Okay.
Having someone playing down below, impacting open garage. We see that oh so often nowadays. To deal
1st to 9, so it's a
BO.
BO.
Recipe for success for WildCard and maybe disaster for Upper Decky if they don't play.
It's a BO 17.
Keto's rocking Flores DMR.
So you've got 4 round quarters, so you've got 1 round of overtime then at the very end.
Yeah, I never doubt.
You're forcing 4th sites.
Was it you or was it you and
You're just forcing teams to play every bomb site. And then rotate.
SSG. Bolo could not give that thing up. He was an SR25 menace.
I don't know. I like the strategy part of like choosing what sites you play. It also keeps it more similar to the ranked experience, where like you don't have to play every site.
One huge player, 2.
Dude, again, Spiff just likes moving around the map. Spiff likes to keep his feet moving.
Spiff was able to rotate past the open breach is huge. I have to assume that
Good little visual play.
On drone or something, because Spiff should not have been allowed a free rotate.
And then he gets out of it too, which is absolutely absurd. And he can just play the cash extension with his fucking Kaid. That's crazy. Now he will get absolutely... Oh, good trade though. And then Dream leaves? Oh, that's really bad. This is 5-2 now. I mean, the push was already kind of cooked, and then Dream dying makes it so much worse. Jesus. Honestly, I mean, Spiff's been good, bro. I like Spiff so far.
And closing out somehow with an even bigger bang.
That was a pretty incredible kill.
I don't know that. I mean, that push was kind of tough because they let Spiff get past or get back to the extension. They had a pretty bad blitz play, all things considered, and then they had a player disconnect. So we won't act like that was a masterclass defense from WildCard that would have stopped anybody. But no, I still think he's moving well. Will I co-stream Element 3 in the next few days as well? Yes, sir. Absolutely.
The kill from Vigil, the follow-up from Spiker really put that round in the dirt. Not to mention Dream DCing mid-round. Just unfortunate. Sometimes
it's best of 17.
We're gonna take a pause. We're gonna try and get Dream back in the lobby as fast as we can. But WildCard are...
Spiff was instrumental for Astralis' SI run. I was surprised he never made it tier 1. Yeah, I was kind of surprised too. I assume he, got some trials and then just nothing really fit.
And nothing's really stopped him. He's done a phenomenal job of not only getting around the info Upper Deck.
Why did no one else pick WildCard to win in regulation? I do not know, Joe. I have no idea. I think people are just massive WildCard haters. I can't explain it. I'm not the biggest WildCard fan. I don't think they're the best team in the world, but like,
2 or 3 Ks 5 different times.
They should be one of the best teams in Element 3, you know?
So having him dead so early in the round and all that utility going down the drain, it allows the rest of WildCard to also play more aggressive.
Yeah, he played around Beast Coast Parabellum,
which allowed for those trades to happen by Top Red and Cash. So really, it's just been a domino.
It was never great on those teams either. I should relook at my notes and see what I actually wrote about him. Back during those days.
Again, a very surprisingly standard like style siege from Upper Deck. I have not seen them.
BO1 group stage. Yes, the format for today is really weird. So I don't know if you guys know this. So Element 3 right now has 2 groups of 5, so it's 10 teams left in the tournament, okay? 2 groups of 5, best of 1 round robin, right? Seems normal enough. But today, and today only, every team is playing a single BO1 against a team from the other group. So in total, you're playing 5 BO1s, 4 games against the 4 teams in your group, and then whatever game you play today against one of the teams from the other group. Which is very weird. It reminds me kind of traditional sports, where like you'll play teams outside of your division or outside of your conference, but you'll play them less frequently than teams in your division or in your conference. But it's still very weird because, like, in traditional sports, you play every team at least once, you know? And there's a much bigger sample size of games, so it's not that big of a deal. This is 20% of your games, and it's only one team, right?
So step number 1 needed for Upper Decky.
Like, at the end of the day, fucking...
You get both sides of the wall open as well. Kind of interesting. So why they didn't just opt for like how we had, we saw WildCard do the double up, right? Have the Thermite on one, the Ace on the other. So at the very least, you get a bigger hole open, but instead saving the Thermite, maybe going for a
like
take.
6K and Thrive are in the same group, for example, right? And today, 6K have to play against Karn & Co. Not a bad team, but not a great team. And then Thrive have to play against the Sonics. Like, what? It feels fucking bad for Thrive. I think it is seeded. Like, Thrive are obviously the lowest seed in the tournament, and Sonics are the highest seed in the tournament. So, like, that's why, you know, it's not completely random or anything. But it's still it's so weird.
And they're just kind of in a rock, in a hard space. Of course, you can still shoot them, but it just takes a much longer period of time and almost allowed Rampy to get a free.
Why is Spiff playing for WildCard over Vert, and who is player for Karnico over Spiff? WildCard have seemingly dropped Vertical. They didn't outright say that, but Meepy tweeted that Vertical is basically not playing for them for the rest of Element 3. They're trialing Spiff in Vert's place, and I got no fucking clue what Karnico are doing tonight. Thrive will win. I believe in Thrive. I think AMP's going crazy. This is not Swiss. This is groups. Yeah. 2 groups of 5. Okay. So the first time they played Doc only, I criticized it, and it didn't really work. The second time they played Wamai only, I memeingly criticized it, and it also didn't really work. The third time they were playing Doc and Wamai, and it didn't really work. There's just nobody in sight that's like actually able to watch for it, because the site players are all dealing with this other pressure from garage or from below. The attack just absolutely shred through it. I swear to God, maybe we just play a bar stage. Maybe this is the only solution. Is Intero playing? No. Raptors is just shocked, bro. I think that's the true answer here.
So if there's too much pressure by Cash, he can directly counter that, and he ended up being the last kill for his team, making this 3-5 against WildCard currently. But another thing to mention as well for Upper Decky,
I do think the best case scenario is using Wamai and Doc. I know it just failed, but I think that is still the best way to run it. I don't know. It's tough.
From both top red from 2 different areas, and
what's the top? Mini Siege.
From the top of Raptors, looking directly across into a straight line from the CCTV window and the actual.
Upper Deckies is so back. Let's hold our fucking horses.
Still alive.
Let's hold our horses. WildCard, if they can win this bomb site, which is the strongest site on the game, on the map, then they just need to win a single attack to win the game in regulation. We'll see.
Being doubled up, trying to keep Upper Decky completely at bay. Luckily, they'll have the Thatcher. No other EMPs, though. And we saw how much they struggled against that earlier on round 3, where, yeah, they were able to...
I had type in chat to play. I think people figure it out.
Were stumped at that church wall and were forced to push through doorways.
see how they fare this time around. Still the emphasis on Ying, maybe having someone else to back up
Spirits
rather than
blitz
being
ace.
seen
Well,
solo
Spirits is
work
not on the blitz. He's on the Ying now, which we love. Again, very kind of standard base lineup being brought out. I think it's the same thing they did last time. No real roamers this time. No aggression, so it's going to be probably a full minute of just getting hatches open, getting the floor open, doing the basics, and then we're likely to see a 5v5 Ying execute.
I mean, that's what worked for them last time.
They have some smokes. They could do a kitchen drop if they really want to.
Lack of utility by the time the execute rolled around. Got the Hibana opening up. I believe that's Moto's side. EMP going out to deny the Electro Claw on
What's the strongest site in the game? Oregon basement. But now that Oregon's being removed from the competitive map pool, that's actually an interesting question again.
How much use they're going to get out of those EMPs, and Bosco is looking to actively trick this Moto hatch. Not quite sure how many
Maybe
Benji still has left on him, but it's, again, probably not enough to deal with. He's got two. So
I don't know.
To deal with both Moto and the
I don't know.
Wall. So once again, Upper Decky are going to find themselves faced with a choice. Is it just drop hatches and walk through doorways, or do they leave Moto
W change? I agree. Fuck Borgen.
Looks like they almost have 3 people.
Office on Sky. I was thinking about Sky or Labs. Or sorry, not Labs, Consulate. What's good, Gunner?
At all, Harrison, is the Warden. If Kansas can figure out where this
Office on Sky is a very strong position. And the fact that it's also a bomb site is obviously turns that bomb site to be very strong.
As Spirits gets a kill, Bosco next to fall. It's all up to Spiff, but Upper Decky take it flawlessly.
Why are Spirits and Kino playing for Upper Decky? I don't know. Upper Decky changes their fucking lineup every week.
Just a huge surprise attack, a knife to the back for WildCard.
First they had Fox and Hyper, then they had Kino and Melted, now they have Kino and Spirits.
All the way by Khan, then rotated last minute in Garage. It was a similar affair where they had so much emphasis put on blue. WildCard got a little tunnel visioned and forgot about any presence that could be by
Gunner is in vacation. Are you somewhere warm right now, Gunner? Are you somewhere nice?
Through church and having someone above on the hatch to make sure no one could play too close, cleared out a large majority of that position, ended up giving Upper Decky another chance at maybe tying us in this matchup.
Yeah, only one round.
You M.
Primary bomb side of church, winning 2 rounds like
Send a pick. We can geo wizard the tech to where you're at. I can put on my best Geo Rainbow TikTok impression, line up the trees, line up the angle of the sun. See how good I am at GeoGuessr.
Again, I feel like it wasn't in the patch notes, but it got better. Like, that thing hits like a truck now compared to last patch. Like, you can one-shot people from...
Getting Gunner leaked is wild.
Across the map. Crazy.
Maybe a lot less operators are 3 armors as they were beforehand. ACOG perhaps.
Maybe? I even feel like...
Okay, this is within the realm of possibility for Upper Decky. They just need 2 defenses to push overtime out of 3. They can go basement, and then I don't remember what other sites are unlocked. This is also why I don't like the 3-3 site rotation, because I don't fucking remember what bomb sites are locked and which ones aren't.
It could be a lot of different factors, but either way, it's annoying. It's got an ACOG. It can one-shot.
Thoughts on the vert droppage? I don't mind it. I think Spiff's been doing pretty well for WildCard so far, and I do think WildCard needed a change. Is Vert the first person I would have dropped? I don't know.
Upper Decky continue to put the hurt down. There's the one shot from the ball.
I'll open my NAL notes and see what I thought about WildCard and who I thought was trolling.
Regardless, a lot of damage done on both sides.
NAL Stage 1 Wild Card.
Yeah, this was exactly what I wanted to see from Upper Decky, right?
I do have Vertical listed as the worst player on that team. Yeah, I like the change.
But positioning from WildCard was so good that they were able to nab those refrags. But yeah, like
Boss G is out. Boss G's been out, man.
I mean, that's huge.
Boss G's been good for a little bit now.
Now they're gonna have to to rely upon the ace and the buck for their hard breach, which is not awful, but always a thermite's always going to be better when you're opening those walls. So we'll see how they operate with these hatches. Again, 2 ace charges need to be used to open up a single hatch. Rampy does have 2, so you can
They
open
lost
3
their
hatches,
thermite,
but
which
still
is a
have
little
one
bit
cell
scary.
urgent.
You do have 2 cans,
I
though.
guess
It should be
as long as
fine.
Kansan still has an EMP.
Potential for a crazy Kaid trick here, though.
Have those thermite
Does he
charges
get
for
it?
the
Oh.
upstairs
Yeah, he
hard
does?
breach.
Nah, they
The
used 2
Kaid trick
MPs.
almost going off. The second
Close.
EMP is
I was hyped.
just
I
the
didn't
right
see he
time
threw a
by
second
Kansan, allowing
Thatcher.
the hatch to be destroyed by the offense. More vertical being done by Rampy in the background. There's still 40 seconds left, and WildCard will use this time sparingly to gather extra info and locate where these last couple defenders are. I think Kansan was able to spot
Wildcard magical round win inbound.
and that'll be the ticket for Rampy to try
The
to
Goyos are going to make it tough on
The
time.
Goyo Vulcan pack will stop him dead in his tracks, and
But
Rampy
they can
uses
get a
his
church
certainty
plant
to
down.
hop
Does
into
Dream
sight
still have
to
a
challenge
C4?
Dream to
There goes
defend.
the C4.
Because they don't
He
even
does
need
kill
ace
Kansan.
off, which
They're
really
lined up. I mean, if they can
C4
somehow...
ties into his team's favor. By
Benji
Buffalo
Mula's
Bear.
irrelevant at least for a
Time
little
so
bit.
low
Nah,
now.
nah,
6
nah,
left.
nah,
Benji
nah.
Mula leaves it all up
No
for
miracle round
Dexter.
win this time.
Rampy on the buck, left in a 1 versus 2, but Dream puts him down, and Upper Decky tie the game off of some crazy early round play and then really good anchor game.
Great adaptation by Upper Decky. Having Dream with a bit of assistance by Dexter, they must have realized there's only 3 people left alive, and there's all this pressure happening by Moto side. There's no one that'll lurk by
Tie
Dream.
game,
Let's
bro.
just look
It's
at
still
position
anybody's
overall.
fucking
They're the
match.
the main
I
attack.
still prefer
That's
Wildcard
over
here to
on
win
the
this game.
church side of the
It's
map.
now
Having
basement's
2
locked for the
stacked
rest
on
of it.
Kiba, you can watch both Triple Wall and Moto. Perfect C4 tossed out by Dream, and even Benji on the opposing.
I'm
side
surprised the
is
zombie
helping
got
a
through
little bit
the
more
got through the
down the
lineup. The
main
2
hall.
barrel ban on this map
From
is
that
like
direction as
interesting.
well. So phenomenal team play by Upper Decky, and like you mentioned,
I don't think it's a
great
bad
position
ban or
in the
anything, but it's
early rounds just to
interesting.
keep Wildcard
Oh, I also
alive.
just realized Grim is banned. That's probably why Upper Decky been running so much Ying.
Absolutely.
Usually you like Grim to push in through blue, but they're running Ying instead, which makes a lot of sense.
Now we need to see Dexter shotgun his way out the garage wall to kill people on the metal belt.
I know about Bomber in EU. No, I've never heard of that player.
The old like punch hole from dirt, so you can see people on the jacuzzi wall.
Oh, that's so annoying. It's
That was fun.
rarely used now, but when it is and you die to it, it's the most infuriating thing.
I always love doing that. It never
For a
works.
second, I thought this was a CCTV cache hold because I saw the mirror
It's
window.
like the game
And I saw them full reinforced
Yeah,
between
right, if you-
CCTV and cache, and I was like, what are we doing?
Exactly.
They're cooking something.
For 39 than
But it's just a
39.
cache extension. They're
That
playing
was
gym
a
bedroom.
shooting.
Nothing to see here. Rampy already dead in the
On wall,
basement?
and Dexter,
Ah,
I think,
tough.
just killed Rampy through the hatch.
Wildcard have
Yeah.
definitely been skipping steps in their early round on this.
Bit of a lapse
Was
in
that
the
from the
middle.
third
Wildcard did not
floor?
spot that
Or
out.
second
Dexter
floor, I guess.
playing Castle
Was that
safe.
all the way from the
Picking up
Logi
the
floor
score.
down the hatch, killing the guy who walks in fucking dirt?
I mean, he's really using
Oh,
Castle,
Rampy's gotta be
still got
pissed.
Flora,
That's
still got
tough.
nades from Gridlock.
That's a tough death to take. I thought he died to a roamer, but no. He literally died to a guy in Logi through the floorboards, through the kitchen hatch. That's
Use
brutal.
less to, like displace the Mira, take out the Kibas, etc.
Already 2 Rotaro drones gone, one of them catching a castle barricade, the other one being consumed by a mute jammer. It seems like for the offense, they're at a bit of a brick wall
There's
as
the
they
peek.
can't deal with the they can't deal with the
He's waiting
bandit batteries
for
and
it.
mute jammers. And Bosco is he's holding down the fort. He's making sure no one's getting through that single wall. That's for sure. Nade tossed.
Oh,
out
it was just the kitchen hatch?
behind
My
this
bad.
bandit trick from
Okay,
being
he was in
threatened
kitchen.
longer, but no, the
He
castle
got up
barricade
fast
didn't
then.
break. He threw it too
Fair enough, though.
long. And the second
And they
nade
bandit tricked the
almost hurt
exothermic
next
charge.
scene.
Oh,
He's
this
still
is
losing
fucking
his life,
bad,
but
bro.
No one's watching the open window. He's still
He
trying
literally
his
bandit
wall.
tricked,
And
despite
finally
the
he
fact
can
that they
put up
had
the miracle.
broken open the
That
castle
is
barricade.
absolutely
They put a
ridiculous
Kiba
that
up
Smith
or
is not
something?
watching for that. Dream, I guess
That
it's
is
just
so
like,
sad.
I got the wall,
Spiker
I
just
got the
wasn't in
barricade.
position.
There's no way he goes for this. That's way too
Oh,
dangerous.
Wildcard are
He's
fumbling
Dream.
this now.
You don't mess with Dream.
Wildcard are
He
hard
steps up
fumbling
big,
this.
gets the wall, closes it off. Dexter with a
They
follow
couldn't because they didn't have
block
cache
as
extension
the
though.
attackers
They couldn't
try to
sit on the
take
wall because they
control
didn't
of
have the
cache.
full
Spiker finally does it,
cache
and
side
there's
cleared.
a jump out
Or they couldn't
in
sit on the window.
response.
Honestly, no, that's
He
smart from
finds
fucking
him
Upper
from
Decky.
down the
That's really good
balcony
coordination
as he
between
attempts
Dream
to
and
jump
Dexter.
through.
Because
That's all
Dream
on
must have, like, Dexter must have told
Bosco
Dream, I literally have control of,
Thermite and Grid, the two
of
support ops in this
CC.
round.
Or control of, yeah, control of
2
CC.
versus 4.
And so Dream was like, great, I can bandit trick this.
Not a lot of
'Cause he knows the
drones
angle.
between the two. prone angles being held by this defense to try and catch them off guard.
I mean, they just got completely outplayed by the Bandit.
This matters a little bit more interesting.
They had no way to get inside the CC because of the Bandit, and then the Bandit came back over to Jacuzzi and fucked them up there as well. This is just a dream round. Dream round.
Spiff can't make it past Spirits behind the Kiba. And for the first time this game, Upper Decky have the
If you're a
lead.
wild card and you lose this game, do you disband? No, you don't disband. Again, this is the first time that wildcard are playing a real match with Spiff on the team. They're also playing like a very default map, Clubhouse, where like Upper Decky's lack of experience playing together is not going to be a big disadvantage.
As I did remember what you mentioned earlier, Harrison. I locked in. I came prepared today. Thank you, Harrison.
I don't think you ever disband a team off of one game,
So far,
no matter how bad that game is.
I've been as successful on the opening entry.
I mean, wildcard now have had they've had a really disappointing year, to be honest.
We just saw that through the kitchen half.
Stage 1 was like relatively poor from wildcard, you know. I would say at pretty much no point in Stage 1 did wildcard look like a great team. I think their Oregon was pretty good. You know, maybe they were good on a couple of specific maps, but I don't think they ever looked like amazing. Their qual was kind of bad. Their EWC run didn't go very far. Through Element, they've been fine. You know, maybe there's a reason to worry for wildcard otherwise, but this game should not be like the one and only decider.
Someone else back on highway if they want to use those open.
Wildcard in that streak they had rounds. What was it? Rounds 2 through 7. where they
Spirits
run
left?
5
Gunnar, can you please explain why you kicked Spirits off the team? And what it is that you hate about him? Could you please tell that to the class? Thank you.
Shutting down Kino and Dexter, all 5 of those opening picks. Now they're allowing Dexter to get a little bit more active because Upper Decky are getting crazier. They're now, instead of playing these standard roams and just kind of meeting Wildcard when they try to clear, they're playing in these really unexpected spots and catching Wildcard off guard. Now in the past 4 rounds that Upper Decky have won in a row, they're 3-1 on entry, with the only entry they lost on round 9 being immediately traded back. And if there's one thing we know about Wildcard so far in Element, is that aerial arise.
You have full control and you just wanted to feel power. Like when you dropped Kansan off Sonics. That makes sense. That makes sense.
They are only winning 1 out of every less than 1 out of every 3 rounds when they lose the opening pick.
Now we know. Now it's out there.
Secure overtime, doing a pretty sufficient job of gathering info, making
Replacing
sure
Spirits with Pengu.
Itself, not having someone like Dexter.
Yeah, so Spirits is going to Upper Decky.
By surprise, as the rest of Wildcard look to once
Spirits
again
is going to Upper
open up
Decky.
that wall, even introducing
Pengu is
Cloud9
going to
maybe have the
Cloud9
downtown
Beast
job,
Ghost.
A bit easier. Raptors, now that person
I
can
am going to
either
casting.
count fire or be detected by it.
And
So,
then
established, and wow,
Foxay is
I thought for a
going
second
to
Impact
my
Run
spot
caught
on the
that
desk.
Selma, but no,
And
this is
then,
like opening up the deal with that wall from being opened up.
Who's the other
Even
player that
Hughes,
wasn't on fucking Upper Decky?
just a missed opportunity.
Hyper is also joining the desk as the third
Unfortunate,
analyst.
they have to
There you go.
forfeit that wall, but you've still got
And
Super
Rexon
Fast,
is
so
going to
not the
play
least
Apex
something that,
Legends, so that Super can be the new player on
Always about
Sonics.
French players is you can stick them in a death spot, and they're gonna go at minimum 1-for-1. So we've seen it from all the way back, the glory days of T2 when CZ was playing. He was a great death spot player. Back in T3, Louise was always a great death spot.
Unlike
player.
Drip Bullen, I don't need
Doing
subs to
it
leak,
one is a
leak roster moves. I just send
death
them.
spot player. It must be in the
I just send them.
genes.
Well, there's that Lion Scan nade to follow suit, but Spirits remains intact in this top Raptors position. Benji even
Capital
survived
down
as well,
early
despite
feels
being
really
alone
good.
between
I didn't
the
actually
ones
catch if
in
he
the
used
driver's
his
seat that made advantage for not
firebolts.
much longer.
I guess
Spit
Benji Mula dies anyways in the
reappears out of
Wamai.
nowhere. It's if he's been gone for the past couple of rounds. He's alive and well, dealing with that Capital, but still they need to deal with this immediate threat of the Azami behind Raptors.
Even though it was
They
traded
have
back, Benji
nothing
Mula
for
was
Azami here.
able
They
to
have
put that
one
on
frag
Wildcard
grenade.
coffin. We know how bad
They used their
Wildcard
frag grenade. I think it got
is
caught in a
against
magnet. It didn't.
See if
It
they're
didn't
able
land.
to
I don't know
get
where the
that.
fuck it
See
went.
Trade from Spiff. Moscow eating a lot of damage thanks to the smoke. Deagle, oh, no.
Spirits! What are we doing?
By Rampy, And now the attackers can start to
Why did he pull out his fucking primary? I guess he was just really afraid of somebody sprinting through the toxic babes. And you know what? Eventually they did. Kino did this. Kino does this all the fucking time. I don't know how people keep not expecting this from Kino, but he's literally always in that corner. Always in that corner, bro. I've seen him make like 3 plays from just sitting in that corner and catching people that walk in the breach and don't realize it. Why is Kino always in that corner, bro?
NAL teams 0-1.
A phenomenal
Upper decky takedown wild card. The channel points are saved.
And it wasn't just one
Close,
person
Jail.
having a
Close.
heyday for a couple of different rounds. Everyone is a cohesive unit,
Ridiculous.
especially in that last round. Had a big part to play. If that toxic babe didn't go off, forcing the rest of wildcard to get off that default.
You thought I was the new coach of Cloud9 Beast Coast? No, that's Nyx, yeah.
Dodging the player in red and then looking to hunt down the rest of the attackers that were then out in the open, just asking.
Is this playoffs? Are they out now? No, this is groups Wi-Fi. The format went, there's a Swiss phase and then immediately into a group phase, and then it goes into playoffs.
For not just hitting their heads against
Anyways, congratulations to the Upper Deckies believers. Misa, the big channel point victor today.
Good on them for actually adapting and beating.
Yeah, I'll have to. Maybe I'll ask them after the game. Like, what changed? What was?
I thought you'd be sweating
No,
with all
this
those
is
channel
food.
points.
This is beans. Someone put beans inside the computer.
Goku! Thank you for the 5 gifted subs.
Play the game like.
I appreciate it.
Of a better term, the way it's meant to be played, right? You're gonna get out defaulted because they're a pro team. But
The
Upper
Bolo
Deck
gifted, the
started
Diffuser
throwing
gifted.
those wrenches in that we needed to see, and I'm glad they did. That was
All right.
an incredible comeback, right?
Upper Decky take the win. Wildcard go down. Again, the format is really weird. I want to show you guys this again. So right now there's 2 groups of 5. Group A and Group B, as you can see here. But you'll notice Upper Decky and Wildcard are in different groups. And the reason for that is that for some reason the way they're running it is today and today only, every team plays a single BO1 against somebody from the other group. Which is a little bit odd for me, but it is what it is. I don't hate it. It just is a little bit confusing.
It gave them kind of a wake-up moment where they figured out, all right, if we're gonna allow Wildcard to get this much, maybe we should do something.
But ultimately, Wildcard will still have opportunities. They just need to not get bottom 2 out of Thrive, 6K, Fluffy Aimers, and Aerial Arise. Realistically, who do we think? Okay, who do we think is actually going to top out these groups? Who do we think is actually getting eliminated? I guess is the more interesting question. I still don't think Wildcard are going out. I think, unfortunately, Thrive probably get eliminated here. And then I think it's probably between not Wildcard. I think it's probably between Fluffy Aimers and 6K. Is JJ Blast better than 6K? Probably. How do they do in Swiss? 6K did really well in Swiss, actually. I still think Wildcard, honestly, finished first in this group. I think Wildcard will finish first. I think Aerial Arise are probably second. I think 6K are probably third. Fluffy Aimers 4th and Thrive 5th. Fluffy Aimers is a real org, yes. And then I think Group A, Sonics get first, obviously, even with Super playing. Makers versus Upper Decky for second, I think, is the fight. Upper Decky already lost 7-4 to Makers. I think Makers second, Upper Decky third, and then Karn and SSG Academy both go out. Probably SSG Academy over Karn. They already beat them in a BO3. I think those are my picks. I think WildCard's group is, like, not that tough. And ultimately, WildCard still get to play every team in their group. This is, like, probably the best game to get upset in if you're WildCard. Because while you do suffer a loss, you're not giving a win to anybody else in your group, right? Like, in theory, everybody from Group A could beat everybody in Group B today, and then today's play day literally doesn't matter. Today's play day means absolutely nothing if all of the teams from one group beat all of the teams from another group. Which, is that likely? Makers would have to beat Aerialize. I would predict that to happen. Sonics would have to beat Thrive. I would predict that to happen. Karn & Co. would have to beat 6K. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. And then SG Academy would have to beat Fluffy Aimers, which is definitely possible. I don't know who's better between those teams. JetCon versus JJ Blast. I don't know who I'd take there. So as long as we believe in Karn and we believe in the upset, we could definitely have that situation. All right, looks like we got about 3 minutes before Sonic start up. You know what we're doing, chat. We're learning about the great country of, I believe this is Suriname. I think this is Suriname. Yes, okay. I wasn't 100%. My first thought was Ghana. That's not Ghana, though. Suriname borders Brazil. It borders Guyana. And it borders French Guiana. I don't have a clue what the capital of Suriname is, though. Exchange Wordle and GeoGuessr with Learning Lair together with chat. Honestly, we'll do that on stream one day. I don't know if we'll do it between games, so I don't want to boot up Siege, because Siege needs to reset like 9 times before you can actually run it, but... Does anybody know the capital of Suriname as we wait for the next game? If not, I'm disappointed in all of you. These are things that you should know if you're in my chat. Spy, I just explained it. 2 groups of 5, top 3 make it out. Today, you play against a team that's not from your group. Why? I don't know, but they count. Does Googling it count to knowing it? Googling it means you're learning it. So, absolutely. Suriname? Is it just Suriname City? No. Suriname. No. You got an F in geology. Thankfully, we're not talking about rocks here. There's no shot that's a real city. Paramaribo. Appreciate it. Flag for Suriname is tough. Never mind. I think they speak English. Guyanese Creole? Uh-oh. They speak Dutch? They speak Dutch. It's probably like some, yeah, native language. Population of Suriname is like very low. It's got to be over 500k though. Barely. Oh, I literally meant to pick dollar there. Not a clue on this one. Size of Suriname? I bet it's like 100K. 160. Tough. Someday Ubisoft will understand how to make a tournament that won't break my brain. It's definitely not a Ubisoft call. I know Ferme made the whole tournament, so Ferme would make the structure, but I know it changed. They had to change the format with all the pro teams dropping out. Is it surname? Is that how you pronounce it? Ferme is in Saudi Arabia, yeah. Chat, does anybody give me a country for the global? Any global guessers? Is this the qual for Esports World Cup? No. Esports World Cup qualifiers are over. We already know all the teams going to the Esports World Cup. This is just a North American Tier 2 tournament. It's just for money. Chat wants... 2 people want me to start with Ecuador. All right. Couldn't have been farther. Let me try... Let me try Pakistan. Nope. Also crazy far from that. What about the Congo? What the fuck? Where are we? Ecuador, Pakistan, Congo in that order. Oh, it's gotta be like a Pacific Island country. Give me Fiji. Yeah, it's Pacific Island shit. What about the Solomon Isles? Closer to Fiji. Tonga? Is Tonga a country? Oh shit, it is Tonga. Crazy with it. Yeah, that was a tough one. Pretty good, honestly. Once I figured out it was the Pacific Ocean, I didn't do too bad at all there. Maybe Solomon Isles was kind of a bad guess. But admittedly, in my head, I was thinking Vanuatu. I think this is Vanuatu, which is about the correct distance. Siege maps in real life video too. Chat, if the next map for Rainbow Six Siege gets announced to be inside of Tonga, I will quit my broadcasting career to try to qualify for Element 4. Something tells me the next map will not be set in Tonga. Although I hope it is. Okay, this looks easy. We're going Moldova to Albania. We definitely want to go through Romania. Serbia, Kosovo? I think I go Serbia, Kosovo. Because there's a chance it just counts it as one country anyways. I don't think there's any other way to go direct here. Does Bulgaria? No. I think it has to be Serbia, Kosovo. Yeah. I guess we could also go through whatever is here. It has to be perfect. Nice. Easy one for today. Siege maps in real life video too. Chat, if the next map for... Oh. Hey, I'll stick to that. I'll stick to that. Do you get something for last place in mini Siege? Fuck no. If you get first place, you get a roll in the Discord. GeoGidGrain.com. Alright. I think the game is starting soon, but until it does, we're gonna get as much of this done as we can. Okay. Really long name. Really long name. Flag with only red, white, and blue. Luxembourg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10 letters. Nice. Really long name, but also very rich. Give me... Chat, we're going to Chalet for Sonics versus Thrive. 10-letter long name, super rich. Maybe I should have gone Luxembourg for this one. Switzerland? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Long name in Europe. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Great. Flag only red, white, and blue, and is landlocked. Red, white, and blue. Can I do a flag that's like doesn't have one of the colors? Like, can I do Switzerland here? The game is starting. Let me try Switzerland and just see if it works. Oh, not Switzerland. Austria, then. Nope.
On the defensive order, arrive. They're attacking of this match. And I'm interested in wondering, you know, how aggressive the Sonics are going to want to actually play in this defensive quarter. Because, again,
predictions? Absolutely.
Underestimated by the Sonics, and they might just want to play
Chat.
a lot of map control on the defensive quarter. And Ash,
what? How many kills?
For sure. Maybe a target one out of them.
Will Super get?
Yeah, the Ash.
Will Super get?
Or Thrive.
0 to 5 kills.
Handle.
We get 6 to 10.
Star entry players for Thrive.
Let's go 0 to 4.
A lot of Ash, and they're no
5 to 9.
That really easy to use.
10 to 14.
Operator Dokkaebi being the next
15
ban,
to 19.
that against
or 20 plus kills.
So they just do not
I'll give you 2 minutes. Gamble how many
map
kills will Super finish the game with.
Universal ban, and also Valkyrie, another really good.
Don't say 2. Don't say 2.
Also banned.
Again, it's Chalet. Sonic's banning
actually
Ash and
Blacklist is interestingly enough, but yeah, they
shit. Monty's gonna be on the board
here as well. Sonic's now with the
I don't remember if Super plays much Monty back in the day.
An annoying operator anywhere, and with how many window jump ins and such there is on
Did
Chalet,
Super play Monty back in the day? I do not remember.
Such, but you do,
when was the last time
leave
Super
up,
played? 2022?
Mira, Azami, Solus, more really powerful operators. I mean, we've talked about that so much, right? You just can't take away all of the really good ones.
Super's last game was the Berlin Major. Let me open my Berlin Major notes really quick.
Shield, probably by Frost.
Because I did work that event, and I don't delete things, so...
Bulletproof cameras and prox alarms.
Oh, it is crashing.
Utility to put up above to help bolster the deployable shield that Grixer's
All right, we made it. It didn't crash.
Castle barricades for denial of cutoff angles,
Sonics.
even flank / run potential with Merc on Orcs.
All right.
There's a lot of different opportunities
At
for
the
Sonics
Berlin
just to really
Major,
annoy Thrive
Super
if they wanna
played
take that
0
time to
rounds
fully
of
clear
Monty.
out the
His
map.
most played
And
operator was
for a bomb site like
Ace
Kitchen and Dining, you're
with
almost
11
always
rounds.
forced to do that unless you want to
And
go
his most
for,
played
direct
defender
trophy execute,
was,
which is really a Hail Mary play
I think,
9 times out of 10.
Jaeger
And
with 8
Thrive
rounds.
now switching last second to an Osa and Ace while still having vert ops like the Buck, for example.
Was Monty any
I
good
imagine
during the
that they
Berlin
wanna take
Major?
their
I
time
don't
to get
fucking
some top
remember.
floor
Probably
control
not.
And then focus mainly on Fireplace to go for
Super is
direct
playing
time
because
to
Rexon
contest.
is not available.
I also didn't
I think
realize
he's,
Thrive
yeah,
are,
on vacation.
um,
I don't
doing
think,
sub.
like, Rexon is cut.
Yeah,
This is not a permanent
They
change.
have, I
Super
believe
is just subbing in.
that's Cryptix.
I need to fill up my water.
Yes, yeah, it is. He's registered as their sub, so they're not playing with Twisted.
I do
so
not
that
think Rexon is
point,
dropped.
I guess is now moved. Point.
Oh, well,
Nobody
still
bet
single
that he
station
would get
highlight
more
is-
than 10.
They
That's
do.
not what
One
happened.
person bet he'd get 20
Yeah,
plus.
this is like a-
That man knows how to shoot a gun and
Okay.
succeed.
I need to fill up my water
I wonder
bottle. I'll be
how
right back.
long it's been since Cryptix has played, though. I remember back when he played consistently in comp, he was typically, I believe, he was typically like the smoke player. He was the guy who would be holding down sight, and he was pretty good, in all honesty. Smoke has, on this team at least, usually been donned by like Moses and Skunky, the guys who are typically going to be playing on site. So I wonder if they're going to have any sort of role shift here with Cryptix, typically a career support player coming back to sub.
First minute burned away. Seems like for Anki, he'll be trying to get some highway control, making sure no.
Wait,
one
who's
can
not
peek
playing
in
for
from the
Thrive
IE
then?
window.
They
Once
just
that
said
castle barricade opened
Cryptix
up,
is
he actually
subbing in?
drops back down to maybe go for a west main rush.
Let me
just
check,
waiting
let me
on his
check, let me
teammates.
check.
Get this back wall by Trophy opened up. They are actually going for a direct play into sight from Trophy.
Twist is not playing.
Shield
Okay,
being set up
interesting.
successfully. Super may have a C4 in pocket. He's going to be forced to use it.
Okay,
but
Super is
Moses
the
has
first person
perfect
down, and they just
coverage.
Osa
And
planted
Skunky gets the plant
5v5.
down,
This is bad.
essentially for free, able to set up even more shields in the
This is
bomb
a
site.
bad start. What
And
the
Sonics are
fuck?
forced into a retake already. Cryptix with one cutoff. Moses, the first player on Thrive to die, but there's only 30 seconds for Sonics to make a move and essentially win this round. There's a player station on the window as well that's going to be able to stop them from coming down these stairs. It's Candle on the flank watch. Down goes Ambi looking for another. Down goes Merc and Thrive.
Okay, they
with
just
a
Osa rushed through Trophy.
beautiful isolation, spotting that
5v5.
gap and opening it up even wider. to
Sonics
take
had a
round one.
gap. They didn't
I
have
love how
anybody
everyone had an
solar. They had
active
nobody
role to play
watching the
in that
trophy
round
window.
as
I
well.
imagine that
Although
was
there was a
Super's
huge
job. I
emphasis
didn't
on the
see
top
it
floor,
exactly.
If you're gonna
But he
go
was the only
for
person
a
to
pitch
die
plant,
while that
you can
plant was
see
going
almost
down.
The entirety of that bomb site up above through vertical, whether it's
Not the
open
greatest
open
start
up
here
some of those
for the
floorboards on the
Sonics.
top floor. So having someone like Candle play
So
with
Osa
no
is the
map,
best
not only
operator.
denies a lot of map
Osa
control,
is one
but
of only
allows
5
your
operators in the
teammates
entire
just
game
focus on the
to
first
take a
floor
round off
when it
Super
comes to
in the
that
last like
post
2
plant position
years.
and setting up a plant to go down in the bomb
He
site.
died
On
throwing a
top of that,
C4.
they
Okay.
had aim keep pushing from West Main, so there was no one playing on that side of the map to recontest Trophy. So they just had to focus on Dining Room, which the ace of Moses was covering his teammate to then plant the diffuser. Phenomenal job by all of Thrive to just not cut any corners and all play together for the same objective of getting
Why
in
is
the
Sonics
second
playing in a tier 2 tournament? Bro, what else are they going to play?
I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie.
now watch
What do you
them lose
mean?
7 in a row.
If
I'm
they don't
so
play this, they're not
excited.
playing shit for
That
6
was
months.
a Thrive masterclass.
That was literally like
6
a
months
perfect
is an
round from them.
exaggeration,
They could
but
not have
4
asked
months.
for a better start. And dude, Cryptix coming back, his first game back, he's on the board. He's got a kill.
Yeah.
Cryptix. Now Sonics opting to go bar. Probably gonna station more utility and more sight lines.
Creamsicle, the
where
only
any
person
sort
to
of,
bet that Super would
attempted
drop
sight
20
correct
kills.
where
We'll
that
see.
attack could come from. Also, interesting that Candle.
Also,
is
if Super
on
doesn't get an ace in this
Nomad,
game, I'm
which
owed
we've
what?
seen,
10 subs?
a couple times before, specifically on this map. I just always find it interesting how much a player's role can change, just map to map, and that's a good player. That means you're flexible. Candle, instead of playing on that Ashe Iana.
Oh hell yeah! I'm
he's on
feeling
Nomad,
good.
and he was the man instead of
I'm
being forced
feeling
into
good
playing
here.
So he was man on the trophy cutoff.
He's playing a Rooney
able to get-
DMR. That's a tough position to get an ace on.
Also good on Thrive with the active info that only Super was in sight to go for the next cube. That might
playing
have
on the
had something to do
stairs
with
as
that
well.
play altogether, or just kind of worked out in the grand scheme of things.
The library
Thrive
stairs.
opening up that stock wall to make it a bit more challenging for Sonics to stop a direct take from that bar double window. Well, it doesn't seem like most of the defense is.
They're already
closed by
using
that.
their
So
Candelas and their
Candelas coming
Firebolts.
out
They're
flat
executing
side,
here.
and it looks like this is
They're
the
trying to
final
walk a
wild card.
Monty
Drive
in
to hop and hope for the best.
through front door.
Candela's through. Aim key with
Super
the
is the
opening pick
first
onto
person to
Super.
die
One of those site
again.
players,
No.
C4 sniped out of the air.
Aim key is
Follow-up
shitting on
from
3
Aim
people
Key,
off
make it
cam.
3. What's going on? Candle ends up dying.
Where the fuck
Moses
is Aim Key?
Plant interrupted
Is he just hitting?
because
No, he's
Adam
just
got
in
that
bar.
kill upstairs right above
just
him.
hitting
Aim
sight.
Key getting a little bit lit up.
Aim
but
Key's
now
getting an
a
ace.
quad for Aim Key, and Adam is
Let's
stuck
go.
upstairs trying to deal with a
All right,
Monty
I'm
as
going
the
full-
plant has been completed. There is
I'm going full
nothing
bias
for
for
him to
fucking
do.
Thrive to
2
beat Sonics now.
rounds in a row.
I didn't actually
Sonics
think it
have
could
a
happen.
slight
I'm full on
sight
board.
Presence. Thrive identify it and force their way
Sonics
in.
may
Aim
drop
Key
out after this round.
looking for the ace now. Hearing the shots ring out, and
Aim
there it
Key
is.
aces!
Round 2
Huge.
against a T1 team. Thrive have a 2-0 lead.
Okay.
And Aimkey has an
Sonics
ace.
may drop out of the tournament
Really
after this
using
game.
the defender utility against Sonics as well. They had no fighting chance.
There's a
of
stream
retaking
on
the side
Friday?
once Stock
No,
was
I don't
cleared
believe
out.
so.
And the Mira's
I might
Nitro
stream
Cell
Friday. I
shot
kind of want to do an OSA
mid-air
video.
by the Ying. They had a
but there's
short
no Element
forward
3.
way of planting the diffuser while also having some top floor coverage, so no one could play
Back-to-back
from the
rounds,
outside.
Thrive have just
Again,
gone for
they did
direct
a
sight
phenomenal
hits,
job
and
by
back-to-back
everyone
rounds,
on Thrive
Sonics have
just
played
doing
like
their job, allowing
pretty-
the rest of their teammates to get in
pretty
and
like
plant, while Sonics is either none the wiser,
pretty
like they almost
off-site
saw
strategies,
Pokemon
right?
Abroad,
Like
or
they first
completely
defended
aware,
Kitchen, they had a
but
lot of
just
players
having no
above
alternatives
site who
to
couldn't
shutting
really
down
stop the
that
plant going down. Then they played games. Not only did they have a lot of player top floor, but they also
Now
had
even
castle
so,
barricades, Surya gates. They had a lot of
Maybe.
things that prevented
I
themselves
was
from
hopeful
getting
that
back
they
to the
would win
bomb
at least
site.
3 rounds against Sonics, and it's looking like that might happen. I don't know.
Yeah, they're
Maybe it
Sonics
goes-
need to run a
those two
strategy that
matches
just has more than
were
like 1 or 2
convincing.
people on site.
incredible.
Because Thrive are just
Really
hitting
able to
direct
spot
site
out
every single time.
and
Or
isolate.
they have to
There's,
actually
like,
use their off-site
one
presence to
little
stop a
tweak.
plant. Like you could,
Sonics
for
are
example, by
swapping up the site,
using
once
like
again, going
impact
down into the
nades
garage.
against like a snowmobile breach here.
Light sight presence. Do they do it again? The three-peat?
Creamsicle, it's not giving Super any extra rounds to
Oh, Mercs
farm
has something to say
because
about
he's
it.
not
I don't think anyone spawned helipad.
he's not
Like,
getting any
it's like-
kills in these rounds.
Not letting Mer have
Every
have
round
any
that he
fun. It's
gains.
So tragic.
By Thrive winning, he is
I would
losing by
assume
dropping
it's not
0
gonna
in
be
them.
as direct of an attack by Thrive. I mean, they got Deimos to maybe go on a bit of a roam clear, and the fact that a lot of the flooring is soft, he could just use his pistol to shoot through anyone who's playing aggressively down below.
All right.
But Candle's not gonna have any
Super
fun this
was
round.
not the
Rixer
opening
immediately
death.
shuts
This is
him down
huge for
on the
Sonics.
first floor,
This is huge
and
for
it
them.
seems like although
He
you lost
again
that
has a
first
shotgun.
player Under 50 seconds. Still have the rest of
PCSG
Thrive
in
helping
hand.
clear out some of this roam extension as now Ambi works his way back up above.
We're
Thrive
going for
has
body shots
a
here,
lot
chat.
to deal with in this round. Sonics are trying to utilize as much of the map as they can.
Slowly extending that web of
Did he just
influence
throw a
as they
Kiba
spot
outside the window?
those holes in Thrive's attack with a lot of these
Did he
people
just chuck the
concerned
Kiba
about
out
that
the
first
window?
floor.
All right,
Aim
it
Key,
happens.
though, does get
Happens to the
a
best of
late
us.
Trade back onto Adam.
Aim
to
Key
even us
6
up at
kills in a
4
row.
piece. Cryptic's also looking to push in from the upstairs.
thought
on
that
the
said
other
Aim Key
side,
again.
but
It was
Moses
Ambi.
gets taken out by Ambi.
I'll chill. I'll chill. I'll chill.
Despite the Deimos track, and Cryptix, I guess, forgets that there's
All
a
right.
window there.
For the
but
first
they're
time,
easily
Thrive are
close.
actually trying to clear the
Oh,
map.
we find
They're not
ourselves
just
in a
direct hitting the
2v4
site.
for
And it
Aim Key.
turns out
and
clearing
Skunky.
the map is
Key
kind
did just
of
get an ace.
difficult.
He could step up huge.
And it is not
He's
going
hunting
well.
For Merc, who's currently tucked right next to the doorway, but Aim Key does not expect it, does not react in time, and Skunky's left in the 1v4.
I'm a little
Really not a
surprised
whole lot
Merc's
for him
not
to
trying to
do.
run
He's gonna
Boss
fish
G
for
here.
kills, but there's so many players bearing down on him. This round is over. Sonics take their first point.
Maybe a better channel point prediction would be,
Playing
does
directly
Super
into
get a
that
kill?
defensive hold as well. I think there were 2 people watching.
That might have been the correct way to go about
Easily
this
can
channel
rotate
point
him towards
prediction.
West Vantage pressure from that direction too. I'm shocked that once Thrive figured out how many people were on the top floor,
'Cause either he's been opening death,
try to
Or he's
go
sat
down
in sight
towards
while his
them
teammates on
now
the roam get
for
all the
rounds in a
kills.
row. Again, Thrive not getting a proper foothold into the map.
We'll
between
see.
their
Maybe he's
players
crazy on
outside
attack.
the
Maybe he's
building or
crazy on
just
attack.
Entering into Chalet, it allowed Sonics to have really no struggle.
No, this is food. This is beans. Someone put beans inside the computer.
That's probably what they're
Demon
gonna
for 24
try to do
months.
this whole
2
game, force
years.
Thrive to clear them out, take those
And
ones that
still
win them,
banned
because
into
similarly
Discord.
to
That's crazy.
WildCard,
Appreciate it though,
Thrive
Demino.
had a pretty poor recovery percentage at 30%. Before that round, now it's like 29%, I think. So again, in more than 1 in 3 rounds, if they lose that opening pick, in more than 2 out of 3 rounds, if they lose that opening pick, they're losing the round. And that's, so far, the 2 rounds they've won, Fast Insight, they got the opening pick. The round that they just lost,
Who is Thrive beating Sonics? This is Aimkey. This is the greatest player to ever... How do I spin this?
This time it's actually
Aimkey is the greatest player
dialing with those quarters now, Harrison. I almost thought Sonics was defending dining room again.
to ever
Only real difference here is there's more of an emphasis.
play a game starting at 1 a.m.
that can be used not
after
only
being in
for
Jesse J.
information,
Chick's
but
Twitch
help
stream
score and razor blue
for
team
7 hours
control
before his
all
match
the
started.
patience. The Gumai,
That's
same thing
who
applies.
he is.
It's also just more utility thrown at the faces of Sonic, so it takes them more time to set up for the execute. But Merc rocking the Amaro and playing down below. Maybe.
All right, Sonic's running a little Sens strat. Sens on Kitchen. Again, I think this is probably the best Sens bomb site in the game. Low bar, but this is like one of 2 bomb sites where Sens actually gets used.
Since I've seen it again. Brava coming in, just making sure there's no utility that's going to stop it.
It will be a rush. It's an Amaru rush. I like it. And they've got cover too. Where's Ambi playing from that cover? And Super's getting 2 kills. Ambi was just in the site. Beauty. Oh, Beauty will execute. Both teams just hitting sight so direct.
No roamers down below to spot what exactly.
Usually you have a bulletproof in sight there. I don't know if Thrive. It might have gotten hacked by the Brava. I don't know if they had a bulletproof. I guess we can check. Hold on.
And of Sonic, so it takes them more time to.
They brought a bulletproof cam.
Merc rocking the Amaro and playing down below. Maybe with the help of those RRU projectors, he could Gara hook into sight and have the RRUs cover him so he can plant safely behind a wall.
That is the old Sens
Where
play
did the cam get placed
map.
is my question.
We've seen it many times.
There's only one bulletproof. It might have also been like in kitchen or like maybe even up above.
Making sure there's no utility that's going to stop it. And they've got more info to aid. And just like you said, here it comes up through the hatch. Grixer with the opening pick on the Cryptic. Skunky looking for the planter, but gets cut down.
The cam is in dining, just nobody looked at it. Even the dead players were not on the cam. That's tough.
Thrive are nowhere to be found. A flawless
in the dining room objective.
Yeah, they were just completely caught off guard. They had a little bit of intel to stop that.
The introduction of Warden is the only major difference. I don't recall if Sonics had that for their lineup.
On bar.
Super tried to hack the West main default and got off before it finished.
Yeah.
No.
This lineup is actually, I think, a little more.
Last time Super played, Brava didn't exist. Okay, let's give him a little time off. Okay.
No. Actually, no. You're not that. We're lying.
Super back to even.
I love lying.
A better KD than Adam.
Me too. But
and a better KD than most players on Thrive currently.
But there was no Ying being brought. Thrive maybe kind of assuming there was going to be one after what they pulled on bar, but it's not to be. Early run out from Candle, not successful. However, Grixer, speaking of early, is already in the building.
You can't Gara hook up a hatch this time around, though, because the bomb site is bar games. You could drop a hatch with Amaru. I think he jumped in solar window, maybe master.
The player behind the shield. Almost takes
tough from Moses.
He's able to kill Moses,
and there's no trade from Candle either.
No response from Thrive yet again. At least able to take one in the basement, but this entire top floor hold has fallen.
They've taken out the Brava. This is very fast from Sonics, though, is what I'm worried about. It's been very, very quick.
From being destroyed, and that's even if anyone's going to reclaim that position.
Oh, he's going to get a third, too. That's honestly really smart from Grixer. They might have had Crypt up on a drone at some point.
Such a Hail Mary that's been so bountiful, and it closes out with a buddy ace for Merc.
Attacker-sided Chalet.
Take the lead.
Beautiful play.
You're fine, Jet.
Grixer. That was the perfect.
When is CGG coming back up? Supposedly soon. I've had 2 insiders DM me and tell me that the data from CGG is not deleted. They've given me 2 somewhat different accounts
All is well
as
with
to
the world.
why
So
the
this
site
retake
is
that
the way it
position on blue,
is.
but because both players died, it forced Thrive to try and get active. Yes,
But it
Inky was
shouldn't
able
be
to get
like
one
that
in the
forever.
basement, but Cryptic's flanking.
CGG should come
Sonics
back at
obviously had
some
info
point.
for that. I mean, if you're gonna go for an Amaru play up through the master window, you're gonna have a drone.
This is
network
true. The
scattered around
last
on
time
top
Super
corner to
played
make sure
Rainbow
it goes
Six
to
Siege at
square.
professional
So,
level,
bit of a
he was
fool's error for
19
Cryptic's
years
there with
old.
Thrive, and now attempting to go
Now, that was
back
30
down
years
to
ago.
Bard,
He's
kind
still
of trying
19
their
years
luck
old.
on Garage like Sonics did, and it worked.
Don't
for
think about
Sonics,
that
so
too hard.
hopefully, Thrive able to find something here on a repeat.
But that is the correct stat.
Potential introduction. As I say,
Is
the introduction
CGG
of
doing
Italian kind of
stats for
crazy
Esports
for a
World
bar
Cup?
defense. They were probably
My
expecting to
understanding
get
is
down
no.
below a snowmobile.
My understanding is
Top
that
angle,
is
either
that the
from
Esports
outside
World
of the
Cup
map
will
with
just not
Cali
have
or by
statistics.
Big Garage is really annoying to deal with as a defender, but that's something we might get to talk about later in the match. Now, currently, as Thrive have changed nothing in their lineup.
Axon, maybe the guy wanted some milk. Okay,
interestingly
don't
enough,
judge.
Whereas Sonics, they've, I guess, had a little more
Is
emphasis.
CGG
on
enlarging their
flank watch now
database for
since they
other
had to
games? No.
almost deal with that solar presence later in the round if more freaks are already watching that position and more active info operators of the Lion. Just that way, when they're ready to clear out a position, they can go for a little Lion scan and some drone work and potentially clear that out rather effectively.
I guess Thrive, yeah, figuring that. it's
No,
not
I don't
about
think there's
what
any
you
like
played, it's about how
exciting
you
new
did.
developments
I mean,
coming
Sonics
for
don't have the Amaru this
CGG.
round,
Maybe
so
I'm wrong,
Thrive get to actually play
but
their
I think
defense.
CGG
Baba,
just
very powerful operator on Chalet. Gonna come through from Ambi once again. The defaults
is
on this
literally
map are
just trying to push
really,
news as hard
really
as
good at
possible,
flank cams. I mean, this
at
one, you
least for a
see the
little while.
whole lobby as well as
And
part of
for some
upstairs.
reason that
You
has
have
to
blue
mean
cam and the solar
deleting all
cam
the
as
stats
well, and there's
temporarily.
all your flanks covered.
You have not necessarily a flank, but currently the Oryx on the hunt.
If I have a
activating
CGG
some
contact, you can
by
help with
window,
technical issues.
reallocating by the
I think they're
fireworks
okay.
active. There's too much pressure by his position. He'll just simply drop, wait for a different opportunity. Cryptics has been detected, and now they're on the hunt. But
That was a
no
nice
one
shot from
spotted
Aimkey.
Aimkey on the fireplace stairs. He gets a free kill on Ambies. He tunnel vision.
a really
on the
nice
player
shot.
inside of dining room, and Grixer will simply back away and look to be useful somewhere else. But a much-needed start for
Probably the
Thrive.
best gun that Super has
In
brought
spite of
since the
literally
game
having
started.
the default camera hacked. No one looked at it, I guess, so no one spotted Aimkey. Bit of a
What do you get his
lapse of
2K on?
judgment
Habana?
Sonic's part.
I think
Now we
Habana.
have two players tasked with clearing out the Oryx of Aimkey, who's repositioned himself into that dark corner in Library. There's not a whole lot of utility for Sonics to do this. They have one nade from the Lion. They have no Capitao, no Grim. So there's nothing to force Aimkey out of this position. And I wouldn't be surprised if Sonics just kind of stall here.
Yeah, they have no way to get Aimkey out,
Looking
and he's
for a
gonna
way to
dash out, so
punish
you're
Aimkey if
basically
he decides to
guaranteed
leave
to
the
not
hatchet.
catch him when he drops
Playing up there,
anyways.
and there's a free kill for Sonics.
I mean, they have
Currently,
flashbangs to try to
that's
clear him
not
out.
the case.
They probably
And,
just try to
just
flash
kidding.
him, and then he dashes down the
Actually
hatch.
isn't going to be Aimkey, but instead Candle still playing by top mezzanine. He'll get shut down.
Or
Aimkey
full
once
blind,
again
he
on
just
the
kills
recovery
Merc with a
for his
headshot
team.
anyways.
His top four
They
players
literally
still holding
flashbanged him, and then he
strong for
kills
the
Merc when he
defense as
jumps in.
everyone's been
That
taken
is
care
good
of.
crosshair
Sonics
placement right
leaving
there.
just super alive outside the bar double window, and he is soon to fall down 6 feet under, just like the rest of his
Oh,
team.
he was playing
Phenomenal
Brava? Right.
defensive hold on that top four line.
Absolutely, and you got to shout out Aimkey for that initial pick that he got on who was that? Ambi.
It was Ambi,
walking
yeah.
in the lobby to save his Frost of Cryptics, who in later in the round ended up getting a kill. So Aimkey being
Did Ambi
left
go straight to
unspotted
tier 1 when he
despite
turned
his default
18?
being
Yes.
up, and then getting another.
Pretty
kill
sure.
in
I don't
the
think
Library.
Ambi ever played tier
Really a
2.
linchpin there. Sonics lack of info.
Pretty
and
sure he
then-
went
and
straight
then
to
followed
Sonics when he
up
turned 18.
by a lack of utility, and that's never a recipe.
I'll
for
double check.
success. Now we reached the halftime. We're tied 3 apiece. Both teams were able to win.
Liquipedia has
two
been like
attacks.
really slow for me. I don't know if anybody else has had that.
Plant for each, well, 2 plants for Thrive, 1 for Sonics, and so far. the
Yeah, he
field
was
has
on
been open picks.
Aerial Rise
Whoever's got the
Academy.
opening
That's
pick
what it was.
Has won the round for Sonics.
But
They
obviously
beat
that's a tier
Grixer
3 team.
3 times in a row for that streak. For Thrive, Aimkey twice, Moses once, and I think. Aimkey
What are
is
the
gonna have to
players
be a
in
player,
at
especially
least
when
North
Capitao
America that have gone
has,
straight from 18
Twist
years
with
old to
Candle on a
tier 1?
slightly more
Ambi,
passive
obviously.
role, on Chalet.
I guess
I think
Spoit
Aimkey
went to
has
Europe.
already
We
shown
won't
how
count him.
important he is for this
Bolo.
team, and that's going to continue throughout the rest of this.
Did Ashen go
See
straight
if
to
Sonics
tier
try to
1?
do anything different
I think
now
he
on the
did,
green
right?
tech
I don't think
in
Ashen
the
ever
kitchen.
played tier 2.
Again, with Thrive's really coordinated clear.
No,
of the
Ashen
trophy,
never played
then
tier
going
2.
Directly into the bomb site with there being top 4 pressure.
I don't
on
think
that map
Newer's
with
ever
Thrive
played
and
tier
with
2.
Nomad. With that all being merged in together, they got a very straightforward post plant position with a 2-man advantage. leaving little to no options.
No,
left for
Newers
the
went straight
Sonics,
to
but
tier 1 when he hit
take the walk of
18.
shame back to sight and just simply drop. So, not much left to discuss there, but it seems like for Thrive, they're
Rice?
not gonna
Really?
attempt that, and instead maybe focus on
No,
a full top to
that
bottom
feels
clear
so
there.
wrong.
Nomad maybe, or not Nomad. they
No,
have
Rice
on
played a
maybe
ton of
patches,
CL.
You could argue, and still
You're
some
crazy.
range breach.
A ton. He played like a full year of Challenger
Once
League.
again, Sonics, they played up above on an extension last time they played this bomb site, and they'll do so once again, but I believe more map control this time as they now have Ambi playing in top mez.
Gunner?
I almost wonder.
Gunner? Did Gunner go through tier 2? Gunner might be
Sonics
right.
Probably not expecting them to do that again. If they did it, would it have worked?
Gunner's first team was
Sonics are playing
Parabellum.
Very similar defense.
Yeah,
Really
Gunner went
main
straight to
change
tier 1 in
being,
Parabellum.
Having a Malusi instead of an Oryx, so you got some of that slowdown and that info from the Banshees kind of scattered around the map. But still, the castles are set up in the same way, kind of isolating those angles. But yeah, no Osa for Thrive. They're looking to probably full clear with that Nomad and Lion
Okay,
combination you had
3-3
mentioned.
half.
But
Both
once
teams
they-
getting what?
if
One
they
defense, I
end up
think?
Taking full top floor control, Buck is going to be instrumental in displacing those players on the site. Aimkey now staring down a Kiba barrier.
And he just wasted 5
Just
buck
don't
shots
think he
on
took it out
one
that
Kiba
quickly, but I
barrier.
guess, with each pellet doing a requisite amount of damage, it's pretty
Is
good
that
with a
worth?
shotgun. There's a lot of players up towards this.
I don't know that that's
bathroom
worth.
Solar area. He's really got to watch his back. He's alone.
he has
on
a
this
Gone
balcony, and
6
he is
as well.
prime jump out bait.
Waiting for the right moment, it seems. Aimkey being very alert of that threat you had just mentioned of a run out, but after the Lion's hand's been popped off, Candle tries to hop in, immediately shut down by Merc. But Moses
I guess they're not
follow in
taking
his
full
teammates'
top
footsteps,
top
hoping to
control
find
anyways, so he's not
something
really
for
going
his
to
trouble.
use the rest of
Aimkey
his
Buck
buck
shuts
charges.
down
He's actually
Super.
just
It
died.
seems like the rest of Sonics are holding on
Super
just
down
fine,
2,
and Andy
unfortunately.
Merc kill of their own. Seems like Moses has no one left to
There's a
assist
BP
him.
insight
Even though
watching
the
him.
bomb site
Super
hoping
is
to
just
win this
watching
one
this
for
guy on a
clarification,
BP right now.
Skunky will hold his cut off by
Moses
Trophy.
is
Good
standing in
for
front of
two
the
in that
bulletproof.
position. Hold
Moses
on.
is surely
There might be a
currently
chance
getting
to get this
pinged.
diffuser down.
And
Moses
everybody is
eliminates
swinging
one.
him
Now it's
regardless.
just the hash
Wait
presence
for him
by
to
Andy.
plant.
No impact grenades left, so he has only his Deagle to make an opening through the floorboards. Plant going down.
They
once
still
again.
haven't punched the
Readjusting
bulletproof
inside the
in
dining
kitchen.
room. He'll
So
have
he's
to
got
most likely
perfect
drop this hatch,
pings.
a yellow ping to gather
No, he went to the other
information, but
room. He
he's
went to
not
dining.
there in time. Post-plant position left for Ambi. He'll drop the hatch looking to hunt down Skunky and Trophy, but he's not successful.
All right, man, dude, these direct hits against Kitchen have been super successful.
Incredible round
No pun intended.
from Moses.
I feel
and
like Sonic's
Skunky.
through there.
A 2
Super
versus
was
4
literally
up
on the
against a
camera
T1
inside of
team is
Kitchen.
Never anything to scoff
And
at.
they just were over
And it
swinging.
looked like
I think
it
because they
was
had intel, they wanted
dead
to
in the
swing.
water with Moses.
Canadian
alone in
went
the
straight
site.
to tier
Sonics
1
did a
9
great
years
job
ago.
Of stopping
Okay.
Thrive's fast
I
play.
guess.
I think probably expecting, now that Thrive didn't take immediate
Not
site
bucking
control,
below.
probably
Yeah,
expecting
but if they'd
them to
taken
try
full
and
top
go
control, he
fast
could have
instead of
bucked from
clear this
above.
full top floor
They
presence because
didn't,
of
so it
sheer
was definitely
amount
worth
of
it, but
utility and body that
in
Sonics
theory.
had. It was probably a little bit of a bait and switch, but as Thrive go for the aggressive play, the players upstairs get a kill. Merc is able to shut down 2, playing behind the table in dining, but that cutoff from Skunky on Trophy, I guess Sonics just didn't expect Moses to be alone in sight after a fast play like that, despite Thrive having that important cutoff in that earlier dining attack. For some reason, just not expecting it again, and Skunky essentially getting 2 free kills. And then, of course, we saw Moses hit that really nice shot on Merc, and from there, it was pretty much over. The info from Sonics looked like it was pretty good, too, but Ambi missed the wall bang, and just an incredible recovery.
Okay,
off the back of
Sonics
Skunky.
genuinely could lose this game.
Thrive's composition here.
I was gonna say I don't think they will, but we just watched WildCard lose. We just watched WildCard lose against fucking Upper Decky. Now, I want to say Upper Decky is a better team than Thrive. And I want to say Sonics are a better team than WildCard. But Sonics with Super?
Sonics not only
That becomes a more difficult question.
But they also have someone playing over towards Piano. Just in case there's early presence by Solar, it's not going to be immediate map control to Thrive, and they'll have to spend a little more utility and a little more time dealing with that.
That was also, last round is the first round that the team who got the opening pick didn't win it. Look at that.
Upper Decky
Was
is
traded,
Kino.
though. I think that's, again,
The
most
Kino
important
hate
part
is too
Merc
much,
got
man.
That opening pick, and then Aimkey was able to, not immediately, but very soon after, get the trade. Nade's coming out to force Merc
What?
down the hatch.
What?
Cryptix
What?
tried to just
We just
jump
dropped
his
the
way
hatch?
in.
When the
He was
guy is below and he
unsuccessful,
can't get
but
the kill?
Amy is there for the
Zero
immediate
coordination on
refrag
Thrive for
this
that.
time, and there's no
Why
one
is
else
Crypt
bomb
in the
site.
fucking bomb
Inky's got
site?
all this free control, and already
Oh,
Sonic's
no.
stuck in a retake position.
Super
but
got his
Inky gets
third kill.
smoked by the one and only Super.
Thank God, no
Skunky
ace.
falls there after the plant was unable to be completed because Amky died. Now you've got an attacker stuck in the corner. Moses gets destroyed by
Alright.
Adam, and
Oh.
Candle's the last member
Candle's
standing.
been
2
good on
kills
these
for
windows. It
himself.
doesn't matter.
He's in a 1 versus
not
2.
winning
The
this
situation
round.
is now a lot more winnable.
This is a really tough
As a player
1v2.
still tucked in
Without
the
the fuse
library,
kit,
looking to pounce on Candle.
the defense can
Looks like
just
Finka
hold
knows it.
diffuser.
Nate
Yeah.
comes out to distract him, but Ambi is thwarted by that nade.
Unbreakable. Unbreakable.
Being a
With their
Siege
hair.
Pro
So
viewer for
I'm-
8 years now,
I'm surprised the old man
sees
still
less
got it.
utility nowadays,
That was a
but
beautiful shot by
I still
Super,
use it. Seems
clearing
less
out
efficient.
stock, and like you mentioned, that was the only thing allowing the Captain
CGG Pro,
continue that plant. Besides, of course, the
I don't know,
catch-out
man.
fire that was keeping him back for
I think with
a
the
tad
addition of
longer. The
Ubisoft,
rest
like
of Sonic's as well, flawless retake as well,
doing their own
assisting
statistics,
with already
CGG is
established
just
on
like
that first
less and less
floor, and
useful.
It was Candle back at the drawing board in a 1 versus 2, realizing if he hopped into bar, he would just get shot through the open hatch. So he had to take that 1-for-1 against Ambi. And although he had information and a grenade, it just wasn't enough against the Azami. And this has been an incredibly